Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Washington Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news now, guys. If you're a dedicated fan of the Washington Commanders, you know how important every move is in this league, especially when it concerns strengthening the roster for a deep playoff run. And trust me, what's been circulating lately in NFL circles is nothing short of explosive. The whispers about a potential trade involving Trey Hendrickson, the edge rusher from the Cincinnati Bengals, have been making waves. That's right, Hendrickson, a player who has been making a significant impact on defenses across the league, might soon be donning the burgundy and gold, and if that happens, it could be a game changer for Washington's defense. Let's dig into the details, because what's on the table is fascinating. So the Bengals, who are currently in a bit of a rebuild mode with a record of just 2-5, and their defense struggling to contain opponents, allowing an average of 29, 4 points per game, are apparently open to trading Hendrickson. Now, that's quite a statement considering how productive he's been in his career. The trade discussions, according to sources close to the league, including reputable insiders like Adam Schefter, involve the Bengals sending Hendrickson for a second-round pick in the 2026 draft, along with the defensive end Clelin Ferrell. It's a bold move for Cincinnati, but one that makes sense when you consider their current situation. The Bengals, at this point, are prioritizing cap space and draft picks, especially with Joe Burrow showing some signs of wear and tear, and the team needing to rebuild their defense that's been giving up too many points. By trading Hendrickson, who has been a consistent pass rusher and a leader on the edge, they free up about $8 million in cap space, which is a significant boost for their offseason plans, particularly to bolster their offensive line. The idea is to prioritize youth and future assets, especially with Burrow's contract looming large. Now, let's talk about Hendrickson himself, because this guy is an absolute force when healthy. At 30 years old, he's still in his prime, and his stats in 2025 before the injury are quite impressive. Up until September 15th, he had accumulated 12 tackles, 5 sacks, and 8 quarterback hits in just a few games. His PFF pass rush grade is around 89.7, which puts him in elite company. He has a win rate of approximately 17%, and he's been pressuring quarterbacks relentlessly, tallying 22 pressures so far this season. When you watch him play, it's clear that Hendrickson is a technician, a relentless edge rusher capable of turning the tide of a game with his pass-rushing ability. His career totals speak volumes. Nearly 60 sacks, over 200 tackles, 12 forced fumbles. He's a playmaker. But this season, an injury to his shoulder in Week 2 limited his snaps to just 78, which is unfortunate because he looked poised to have a dominant year. Still, his previous performances and his talent level suggest he could be a major upgrade for Washington's pass rush, especially considering the recent injury to Dorrance Armstrong, whose knee injury was confirmed by ESPN on October 20th. That injury leaves the Commanders a bit short-handed on the edge, and Hendrickson's addition could fill that void immediately. And it's not just about individual stats, it's about the impact he can have on the entire defense. Washington, with a cap space of $27 million, is clearly looking to add a proven pass rusher to complement Jonathan Allen, who has been fantastic this season with a PFF grade of 88. 4. Together, Hendrickson and Allen could form a formidable duo, capable of generating over 25 sacks combined, something that could elevate the Commanders' defense to new heights. Their ability to pressure the quarterback and disrupt passing games is crucial, especially considering how much the league is shifting toward passing offenses. Now, let's talk about the broader context. The NFL landscape is evolving, and the Commanders are positioning themselves as serious contenders in the NFC East. Their record of 3-4 is not stellar, but with strategic moves like this, they're signaling that they're not just content with being in the middle of the pack. The odds of Washington winning the division are improving, especially now that DraftKings has moved their Super Bowl odds from +2, 500 to +1, 200. That's a dramatic shift, indicating that the betting community sees the Commanders as genuine threats for a deep playoff run, possibly even contending for the NFC title. The impact of this potential trade goes beyond just the stats. It's about morale, confidence, and establishing a tone for the rest of the season. Hendrickson's reputation as a predator on the edge, combined with the talent already present in the front seven, could ignite a defensive renaissance in Washington. Think about how trades like Khalil Mack's move to the Bears changed the trajectory of their defense. Hendrickson has that same potential to be a catalyst for a turnaround. He's a player who can get after quarterbacks, force turnovers, and set the tone for a defense that has struggled at times this season. Of course, there are skeptics. The Bengals, with Joe Burrow's declining EPA per pass at -0.9, seem more focused on building for the future, prioritizing draft picks to find their next franchise quarterback or protect Burrow better. They might see Hendrickson as a valuable piece, but not indispensable, especially given their current rebuild mode. For Washington, though, this isn't just about adding a player, it's about making a statement. It's about showing that they're serious about competing now, that they're willing to make bold moves to elevate their team. Now, thinking about the big picture, this move could be the missing piece for Washington. Their defense, which has been decent against the run, allowing 107 yards per game, could improve even further with Hendrickson's pass-rushing prowess. His presence could help reduce the opposing team's red zone efficiency, pushing it from 52% down to around 65%, and increase tackles for loss, which are critical stats for a defense aiming to dominate in the trenches. And let's not forget the potential playoff implications. As their Super Bowl odds tighten, the mentality shifts from just trying to make the postseason to actually competing for it. With Hendrickson on board, the Commanders are sending a clear message. They're here to contend, they're here to win, and they're ready to take down the best in the NFC. The NFC East is shaping up to be one of the most competitive divisions this season, with the Eagles, Cowboys, and Giants all fighting hard. But Washington's aggressive approach could give them an edge, especially if they land Hendrickson and integrate him seamlessly into their scheme. The coaching staff, led by Ron Rivera, has been emphasizing the importance of improving the pass rush and creating more pressure on opposing quarterbacks. This move would align perfectly with that philosophy, providing a veteran presence and a proven playmaker who can elevate the team's overall performance. Hendrickson's experience, leadership, and relentless motor would be invaluable assets, especially in high-stakes moments later in the season. So, as we stand here contemplating this potential blockbuster trade, it's clear that the Washington Commanders are doing everything possible to position themselves as serious contenders. The NFL trade deadline is approaching, and all signs point to this being one of the most impactful moves in recent memory for this franchise. It's a bold statement, a calculated risk, and a testament to their ambition this season. If this trade goes through, it could redefine the team's identity and set the stage for a deep playoff run that could culminate in a Super Bowl appearance. Now, of course, nothing is guaranteed in the NFL, but the pieces are aligning. Hendrickson's talent, Washington's needs, and the desire to make a splash are all coming together at just the right time. Fans, the city, and the entire organization are dreaming big, and this move could be the spark that ignites that dream into reality. Imagine the roar of FedEx Field when Hendrickson gets after the quarterback, creating pressure, forcing turnovers, and helping lead Washington to victory in crucial moments. That's the kind of impact we're talking about. So stay tuned, because this story is far from over. We'll be following every update, every rumor, and every confirmation as the deadline approaches. But if this trade happens, it's safe to say that the Washington Commanders are making a statement. They're not just here to compete, they're here to dominate. And with Hendrickson on the roster, the potential for a defensive renaissance and a playoff push is more real than ever. This is the kind of move that could be remembered for years to come, shaping the future of this franchise and solidifying their place among NFL elites. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Washington Commanders news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Washington Commanders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential trade? Do you believe Hendrickson could be the piece that pushes this team to new heights? Or do you think there are risks involved that we should consider? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion really matters to us and to the team. The passion, the debate, the excitement, that's what makes being a fan so special. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more news, and more insights into everything happening with the Washington Commanders. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's keep dreaming big together.